It's January 7th and it's day 3 of the Transformation Challenge with First Form. And as you can see today, I'm put together. I have lipstick on and no glasses and my hair is all pretty. And that actually segues into what I like to talk about today. So this week is the first week of the Transformation Challenge, and one of the requirements of the challenge is to take before photos, which I did on January 5th, which was my first day, and I didn't have the thingamabob that you're supposed to hold in your photo to show that it's the day of taking the photos, the first day. So I had to take them again yesterday, and I said in my first video that I've lost 50 pounds already. And so I took before photos 50 pounds ago. And I did it because I read online a lot of people who had done it were super thankful that they had. And the people who hadn't done it really wished that they had. And so I made a decision that I was going to take them, and I did. And it was awful. And it was awful because I had to look at the pictures and I had to look at my body and what it had become. And so I thought taking the second set of before photos, which is like my second before, would be easier because I've already done it. I've taken weekly photos of my progress since I started. I take my measurements, my weight, and my picture every Friday. And I've done that since August 3rd when I began this whole thing. But it was not any easier to take those photos. In fact, on January 5th when I took my first set, I took the pictures in my underoos and just about died when I looked at them. And then yesterday when I took them again, I wore my workout pants because I was not going to do my underwear again. It wasn't going to happen. So, but it was truly, I would say, just as traumatic as the first time I took them. And, I had to think about that. I was thinking about it yesterday as I was looking at them, and I was very conscientious of what I was saying to myself in my head. And I mean, I was looking at the stretch marks, and I was looking at my skin. I was looking at my body. I'm looking at the body of a woman who's had 2 children, who has gone into morbid obesity and now has come down into, I think I'm just obese now. I don't think I'm morbidly obese. I think I'm just obese. But, those are major changes that my body has gone through over the span of about 10 years. And I'm not a young girl any longer. I don't have collagen in my skin. My skin's not going to pop back. And so, looking at the ravages of time and experiences on my body is hard. And I don't know how men experience this because I'm not a man, I'm a lady. But I know for women, we are extremely hard on ourselves, and not just hard, but brutal. And it's awful. It's an awful thing. And it's something that I realized that I was doing to myself, and I didn't even know it. I had no idea that every time I looked in the mirror and looked at my body, I was just, the things that came into my head about myself were awful. And so I thought that I thought I'd actually come a little bit further over the last 5 months to where taking this set of photos wasn't going to create that same reaction. And it still did. Initially, looking at them I still had the same feelings, that sinking in the gut, critiquing myself with just horrible things. But I will say it's different this time because it took 2 days for me to get over. Took 2 days for me to get over it the last time, and a lot of self-talk. I probably sounded like a crazy person because I was walking around talking to myself like, it's all right, you're gonna be okay, life's gonna go on, you're not gonna die. Whereas this time I just recognized it kind of for what it was, and that was that. And I submitted them. Off they went to First Form. So One of the reasons that I'm bringing this up is because this is part of the mindset challenge that so many of us, and I will say me for sure, and I think a lot of women, and I think perhaps some men as well, but I think it's one of the biggest things that we have to overcome in this journey of bettering ourselves, because we have to be able to look at where we are today in this particular moment, where I am exactly right now, look at that skin and say to ourselves, this is who I am, and be okay with it, and be okay with the fact that this body has brought me to this point in my life, and I'm still healthy. I'm still able to do lots of things. I can get out and run. I can still lift weights. I can play with my kids. I can work. I can do all sorts of things in this body right now today, regardless of the fact that I have stretch marks and I'm still overweight and my skin is what it is. So the point of all this, again, is I'm hoping that by the time that 2016 is over, that I'll be able to look at my body at the end of the year and also at the photos of my body yesterday or the day prior to that, and just be thankful and not be so judgmental about myself. I mean, I'm making these videos to post onto YouTube where anybody can look at them. Anybody can come on and give me the big downer thumb thing, and can make comments that are negative and talk about I have ugly lipstick, or geez lady, you can't tell you lost weight, whatever. People can say whatever they want to say. But I'm opening myself up to that, and I realize that people love doing that. So there's no reason that I should be doing it to myself when I don't have to. So there you go. Those are my thoughts for day 3 of the Transformation Challenge. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks.